2022 sees the World Cup take place in a little country called Qatar, and we're going to take a look at all those countries that are participating from their flag's perspective, which means that if you're looking for the flags of Tonga or Bahamas, well, they're not going to be in this episode. So let's get to it. Bahamas aren't in the World Cup? No? Okay. And as I go through each flag, keep an eye on the top right-hand corner of your screen. You can click here that will take you into episodes that give you full details of that particular flag, but wait until the very end, otherwise you're going to miss everything else. You see, I can be interactive like any other YouTuber. Stick around. We must start with the host nation, Qatar, with this flag with the deep maroon colour. It would be fine if it weren't for Bahrain having pretty much the same flag. Now there's a debate of who had theirs first, whose is better, and who has more pointy bits, which I think an early version of Bahrain probably wins that one. And talking of similarities, we have these three next. Cameroon, Senegal and Ghana. I know the Pan-African colours are a thing, but just to say that there are other designs than a tricolour and a star. I guess points go to Ghana for daring to change the direction of their stripes. From one pan-style colours to another, we've got the flags of Croatia and Serbia with their oceans apart design. I guess it's just as well that Slovakia and Slovenia didn't make it through, otherwise there'd be all sorts of problems. And where did the Slovak colours come from? Well, the Netherlands, of course, with their imaginative flag of, well, red, white and blue, because those are a unique colour combination. And while we're here, I guess it's best time that we bring in Germany. At least their colours are a little more, well, I would say exclusive, but we have this yet to come. Clear off, you're on later. Sticking with the whole tricolour thing, at least Iran has a bit more going with it, with its symbolic tulip that is really a double agent if you look closely enough. Which leads us nicely to Argentina, which uses the blue and white sandwich tri-style with the sun of May glaring back at you. Apparently it's there because the sun once shone on some mountains, but I'm sure the story goes on a little bit more details than that. But that face comes back to haunt us in just a moment. Costa Rica uses this simple yet, again, I'd love to say exceptional design, but Thailand is pretty much the same thing, just the colours are swapped round. Best to just keep going here. Uruguay is the first of our two stripy flags, and yes, you guessed it, the son of May's face is back. They are linked probably because geographically this and Argentina live close to each other. Our second stripy flag, do they even know how to play football? I mean, they don't even know to call it football because their football is a bit like rugby but with more padding. I mean, it's not a soccer World Cup, is it? Let's face it, they don't really stand a chance of winning here. I mean, I could say it's just as well they're not playing Canada or Mexico. Okay, let's just keep going. Spain, with its fun coat of arms, of the crown, Bourbon and pillars of Hercules. The Spanish seem to have a thing with Hercules as he appears in other flags, including the city of Cadiz and the autonomous area of Andalusia. Right, eyes back on the flags, people. The Spanish neighbour, Portugal, with their nautical emblem, makes sure that they stand out. And other Portuguese-speaking country, and possibly winners of this football competition, Brazil, have the night sky emblazoned in the centre. Other circular scented flags are those of South Korea with the yin and yang at its core, and then there's this simplified yet stylised Japanese flag, which is, well, it's a white flag with a red dot in the middle. A bit like Tunisia, which is the other way around, which is a red flag with a white dot, but at least there's a little bit more going on in the centre of their dot. And keeping to the colour scheme, let's bring in the other soccer players for Canada. Now this really is a very individual and recognisable flag. It's a maple leaf, which the symbol dates back to the 19th century, and to follow this we must go to the most least impressive looking flag, that of Poland. It's white over red. That's it. Denmark, while still keeping the colour scheme, starts our crosses collection. This well-old flag is the only Nordic cross to appear in the 2022 World Cup, and while they're not angry, are also in a good chance of coming out on top form. Sticking with crosses, we have this, the cross of St. Ambrose for the city of Milan, who was a bishop of the city back in the 4th century. What? England? Oh, okay. We've put Switzerland up now, so we've just got to keep going. Last of the red and white crosses, we have our only square flag, Switzerland. Tiny place, big impact, but I'll let Michael from Flags for Good tell the only joke about this flag.
I'm not going to make a habit of starting these videos with a dad joke, but you know what the best part of Switzerland is? Well, the flag is a big plus. No, I can't start the video like that. It's f***ing ridiculous.
Thank you, Michael. That was worth waiting for. Then we move to Morocco. While sticking with the red, the green pentagon keeps it different from everyone else with such a simple and easy design. And talking of simple and easy central designs, here's Ecuador, with its eagle and flags within flags, and an entire piece of artwork in the middle. Look, yes, there's that sun again with its face. Although this face looks like it's realising its home country is not going to win the next game. And the birds continue with Mexico, the United States neighbour, with its Italian-looking flag and snakes and leaves and stuff. It's a depiction of a dream, apparently. And now the king of the tricolour, France. The French show off how a tricolour should be done. It's French, it's red, white and blue, and it's everything a flag should be. What? King of the tricolour, yes. A republic. However, the same doesn't quite fit Belgium for some reason. It's exactly the same design. It doesn't quite have that impact though. Unlike the next flag, which houses a great big red dragon on it. This hoist-facing mythical creature shows Wales in all its glory. Green grass and an overcast sky. Bhutan does it with a bit more panache, however, but they're not in this competition, so it doesn't really matter. So moving to our last odd one out, first of all, Saudi Arabia, with its Shahada written across the middle and the strength symbol of a sword. Sadly, the strength might not translate onto the pitch. And finally, and this was probably symbolic in this competition, lastly, we have Australia, the only British ensign flag of the tournament, which can so easily be mistaken for New Zealand. I never know whether to apologise to Aussie Kevin or Kiwi Dave when I say things like that. No matter, they're both as bad as each other, a bit like their football. Good luck to most of the teams, because let's face it, that's pretty much all they're going to have on their side. Click the subscribe so you're sure to be able to come back and watch each of those episodes at a later date, because you won't want to miss them. A bit like England with their penalty shootouts at the end of a semi-final. And click the like, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the flags or the teams in the comments below.